What's going on YouTube? Okay, today I'm going to be showing you an arm workout. This is one of my typical arm routines. I do this at least once a week. I hit arms 2 times a week. I'll hit triceps when I do chest and biceps when I do back, and then I do a separate arm day by itself. So this footage is from one of those separate arm days. I like to start off my arm workout by hitting triceps first. So this first exercise you see in the video here is a really great exercise. It's a reverse bench press on the Smith machine. I do it on the Smith machine because it feels better on my wrists than with the free weights. And also, since I go pretty heavy on this exercise, I can just spot myself easier if I do it on the Smith machine. This exercise is great for building your triceps. It's a good compound movement, so you can use heavy weight. You can really overload your triceps. It also has a lot of carryover for the bench press. So if you're looking to build a stronger bench press, you really should include this in your routine. It's started to help my bench press tremendously already, and I've only been doing it for a couple months. So I highly recommend it. This exercise will also develop your triceps and make them nice and thick because it works the bottom and middle portion of your triceps. I do a ton of sets on this one. I always make sure to warm up and get plenty of warm-up sets in there before I get into my heavy working sets. I'm trying to increase the weight and go heavier each day I do this exercise, but I'm also trying to be careful not to hurt myself and make sure I'm protecting my wrists. You see I wear the wrist wraps. On this exercise, you just really have to worry about the barbell placement. You want to make sure it's resting on the bottom portion of your hand. You don't want it up near your fingers because that'll put a lot of strain on your wrists. Okay, moving along. So the next exercise after the reverse bench press, I went into some biceps. I always start my bicep routine with some seated machine curls. Similar to the reverse grip bench press, I like to warm up and do plenty of warm-up sets before I get into my heavy working sets. So I typically end up doing at least 10 or 12 sets here with, I'd say, probably 4 or 5 heavier working sets. I like to do a drop set in the end, and I always like to do high reps. So I'm talking between 10 and 15 reps, sometimes 20. The seated machine curl is just a very basic exercise. Just about every gym has it. It's really good for overloading your biceps. You can use heavy weight on it. And it also helps you maintain good form because you have the padding there. Try not to swing on this one. Try to really stretch those biceps and contract them at the top. This one will really overload your biceps and help develop some of that thickness and the peak on the biceps. If you want to develop the outer part of your biceps, you can go a little bit narrower on the grip. But you always want to make sure you're doing something that feels comfortable for you. You don't want to mess up your wrists. After the seated machine curls, I went into some overhead triceps extensions. I didn't get any footage of that for this video, but that's what I did next. And then I went back and I did these hammer curls. Just like any other muscle and any other exercise, I like to warm up and work my way up to a heavier weight and really overload the muscle. I like to do the hammer curls because they work the outer part of your bicep more and they really help with the peak. And they also hit that nice forearm bicep tie-in. So you have nice looking forearms and thick biceps. After I go heavyweight with the hammer curls, I like to drop the weight back down and go for higher reps. After I finished off with the bicep hammer curls, I went into some tricep pushdowns. All the cable tricep machines were taken, so I had to improvise. I did it on a lat pull down machine. Worked really well. The weight was definitely heavier than what I was used to, so that was good. This is another great tricep exercise because it allows you to isolate your tricep and lets you overload it too. You always want to make sure you're overloading the muscles. That's what's going to make them grow, and you always want to make sure you're using good form so that way you're working the actual muscle. The last exercise I did in this video was a bicep cable curl. So I used a rope attachment on the cable tower machine, and I just did some basically like a hammer curl, but just with the rope. So again, really focusing on the outer part of my biceps and really just overloading the forearms. So there you have it. I did 3 different exercises for each, biceps and triceps, and I alternated back and forth between them, just getting a really good pump and a really good workout, making sure I'm hitting the muscles hard and overloading them, because that's what's going to contribute to their growth. So this is a good workout. It hits all the different heads of your biceps, all the different heads of your triceps. I definitely recommend you try the reverse grip bench press. That is a great exercise. If you don't take anything else away from that video, that's something good to take away from. That'll not only help your triceps get developed more, it'll also help you increase your bench press. So I can't recommend that one enough. And quite frankly, not a lot of people do it. So give it a shot and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.